Hey everybody, it's Chris. Welcome to the Blue Collar Bear Gourmet. If you've never been here before, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. How this channel works is I like to drink craft beer, I like to review craft beer, and I don't like to spend a whole lot of money doing it. So the beers that I review on this channel usually come in around the $2 price range, and such is the case for today's selection. I paid $1.99 for the 12-ounce bottle of the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Juicy Hazy IPA. Now this is a whole series, the Voodoo Ranger. There's the original IPA, there's the Imperial IPA, and then there's this Juicy Hazy IPA. Um, I've had the Voodoo Ranger regular IPA, liked it a lot. About a year ago, I gave it a 4.25 on Untapped, so I was very fond of it. Um, this particular IPA comes in at 7.5 ABV, so that's let's see, get this better aligned. There we go. There we go. See the guy? See the Ranger there? Yeah, you're gonna see him on this one. Obviously, the other IPA and the Imperial IPA. So it does have 7.5 ABV. Typically, American IPAs come in between 5.5 and 7.5. So it's actually on the little higher end of the alcohol scale. Comes in with 42 IBUs. Typically, American IPAs come in between 40 and 70 IBUs. So it's actually on the lower end of the bitterness scale. It is 2 weeks prior to its enjoy by date, and you IPA purists love to have your IPAs fresh. It doesn't have a brewed on date, so I don't know how long ago it was actually brewed. I know to IPA people, it's important that a beer not be any more than 90 days old, and some of you purists don't want it more than 30 days old. To each his own. Looking through this and figuring out what the reviewing community thought of this beer, only have 37 friends who've reviewed it on Untapped. Cumulatively, though, they've given it a 3.7. 97,000 of us on Untapped have reviewed it and given it a 3.79. And guys, I'm going to tell you now, when you have that many reviews and you come in just shy of a full 4.0 like that, that speaks well for a beer. Beer Advocate has had a total of 577 reviews, giving it a cumulative score of 3.9, which is very good on their scale. So this has received high marks across the board, definitely. A few stats on this particular beer. See, I'm used to grabbing it with my right hand. I'm getting acclimated to a new setup now, and makes it a little easier for the kitty to go running past me like she just did. Okay, the hops used in this: Citra, Cascade, Centennial, Simcoe, and Nugget. Malt, they used pale, wheat, C80, and oats, and American Hefe yeast. And as you will see, this is in fact it really has a difficult time focusing in on this label, doesn't it? Um, Juicy Haze IPA. I don't know for a fact, but I do have to wonder if the Hefeweizen yeast doesn't have anything to do with the cloudy nature of this beer. But I like New Belgium. I think they're great brewers. New Belgium is a perfect example of what I refer to as successful, not corporate. New Belgium has expanded greatly. Pretty much any state you go to across the Union, you're going to find New Belgium beers. They've got an operations in Colorado and one in North Carolina. But the deal is, they've been successful. They've made good beers that people have liked. I'm not a big fan of their flagship beer, the Fat Tire, but a lot of people are. And what they've done is they've made a good product, and they figured out a smart business plan. They've made money doing it. They haven't gone around buying out other breweries and changing their recipes and making them change all kinds of things or shutting them down or pretending like they're craft. That's not what they do. That's what somebody corporate does. So once again, the way I feel about it, and I'm going to step off my soapbox now, New Belgium is successful, not corporate. Okay, let's crack this bad boy open. Going to be using a bottle opener that my man Tony brought me back from Firenze. There's the Duomo, Florence, Italy. All right, crack this bad boy open. Kelly, if you're watching, has another cap for you. My friend Kelly is making some kind of art project where he needs lots and lots of bottle caps, so I'm collecting those. And those of you who watch this channel know that I don't do a whole lot of bottles. I like to do cans whenever possible. I'm a big fan of cans. That is certainly hazy. It is very much pouring hazy. This is a stemmed IPA glass, by the way, for those of you who are wondering what the story behind this glass was, why it kind of looks like almost like a sundae or a parfait glass. But this is a stemmed IPA glass. Okay, this is very hazy as to be expected. What you're seeing is pretty close to the true color. It's maybe just a little bit lighter than what's coming through on the camera, but this is pretty close to true color. Not an overabundance of carbonation. In fact, I'm going to describe that as low carbonation. This head seems pretty resilient. Going to give this a quick beard wipe, see what we come across. Hops is what I come across, that's for sure. Let me stick my schnoz right in here and see what we got going. Hops and very citrusy, kind of tropical, almost a mango papaya sort of smell, even more than like I would say grapefruit or orange, which are the two predominant citrus smells I normally get in an IPA. There's definitely a creaminess to this. I'm going to be very, very surprised if I don't have a creamy finish on this beer because I can almost smell cream in the back of this. So I see no reason to keep running my yap. I'm going to drink. Cheers. Mmm. That's good. That's very good. It's unique because it is in fact bitter, but you know, with the 42 IBUs, typically American IPAs come in between 40 and 70 IBUs. This is actually on the lower end of the bitterness scale, but I'm going to describe that as probably a medium mouthfeel, neither medium high nor medium low. Right in medium. You can definitely feel it. A little bit of booziness on it, which, you know, at 7.5, that's the higher end of ABV, so you should expect a little bit of booziness. There's almost a dry quality to this, though. Difficult to actually ask, you know, just put my mouth or put into words um, what exactly it is. That there is a dryness. I mean, honestly, after each swallow of this, I feel like taking another one because my mouth ends up being dry. But that's not a complaint by any stretch of the imagination. This is complex. Um, Despite it having sort of a basic flavor, the complexity of the malt and hops is extraordinary. And it's not, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't put any sweetness to it. Very dry, almost like a rye. I mean, it's not rye flavor, but that dryness that only comes from drinking something rye. And look at that, gang. We got some nice lacing there. Oh, yeah. A little bit of a biscuity. It's almost, okay. In some ways, it's like a super hopped American pale ale. Um, but this is a really good beer, guys. I mean, a really good beer. If this was in a can, it would be getting a 4.5 instead of a 4.25. But oh no, great beer. Thumbs up on it. I'm not surprised at all. Just about everything I've had from New Belgium, with the exception, like I said, of their flagship beer, I've been crazy about, so it doesn't surprise me in the least that I like this one. I am so sorry for all this time that I spent with my fingers up towards my nose, but apparently my allergies are just going crazy, and I didn't even know I had allergies. So, I do apologize for that, and I will try to do a better job of that next time. Guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.